can't change it. Struggle is real, but how can I be me when society treats me differently? I wore different masks, hiding the pain away. In search of belonging, I was lost.
And then I found a community surrounds me with love and belonging. And then I found reality transformed, a start of new beginning.
Because I belong.
Oh, I belong.
Yes, I belong. We belong. Because I belong.
Oh, I belong.
Yes, I belong. We belong.
You made me see my worth and helped me love myself.
You were my answered prayer when everything else failed.
Now it's time for me to shine and pay it forward,
So that no one will be left behind.
And then I found a community surrounds me with love and belonging.
And then I felt reality transformed, a start of new beginning. Yes, I belong. Oh, I belong. Yes, I belong. We belong. Yes, I belong. Oh, I belong. Yes, I belong. We belong.
This is enough. Root cause of this problem is outdated labor system. Employment discrimination, remove social protection.
Story of our lives, of being left behind. Let's rewrite the story and I want you to join me. Breaking down barriers, breaking out on my fear.
Changing system, changing lives. Giving hope, painting smart.
We can shine, we can fly.
We are Team Virtualahan.
We are strong, we are one.
Cause we're Team Virtualahan.
Cause I belong, oh I belong, yes I belong, we belong, yes I belong, oh I belong, yes I belong, we belong, yes I belong, oh I belong, yes I belong, we belong, yes I belong.
Ganda ng background ko, no? Mayroon pa akong juice dito. Naka-bathing suit ako, tsaka, beach attire. Ba't kaya? It's because it's Baybayin Hub Day for our Virtualahan Apprentice Program Facebook Live. Today, we are going to talk about work, stay, and play. So, relax muna tayo, di ba? So, we're going to we have a partner focus by Baybayin Hub and the co-founder Orly. So we're going to learn more about our partner company, Baybayin Hub, and their goal, which is work, stay, and play, and explore the Philippines. Yeah. So Yes, so let's learn more about Baybayin Hub. Yeah. So Baybayin Hub, just to let you know, I kind of learned about Baybayin Hub back in 2015, 2016. I saw them in Facebook. I was really surprised and like interested on the way their setup is. They have a place in Mactan, Cebu. I used to live in Cebu and that's where I met them. Sabi ko parang mga professional sila pero lagi sila naka-surfers, naka-beach shorts, di ba? Sabi ko gano'n, so sino ba ito? Sino ba ang Baybayin Hub? Then, I got to know Orly. So Orly is the founder of Baybayin Hub. He once worked for an advertising agency in Manila but realized that he did not want to grow old in an office setup. Nomad talaga siya. He found himself doing a Jerry Maguire, leaving his office job to start freelancing career, taking with him a co-worker, and later on starting a business known as Baybayin Hub. Baybayin Hub is a co-living, co-working space for remote workers and freelancers. Currently having 17 hubs location all over the country. Name it, Batangas, Bohol, Boracay, Manila, Negros Occidental, Palawan, Pangasinan, Ilocos Norte, Pagudpod, Siquijor, Cebu, Zambales, Puerto Galera, and Siargao, the capital, where sarap mag-surf dyan, di ba? So imagine, plus they also, they have four other additional new locations. So let's get to know more about Orly and Baybayin Hub. Yes, thank you. Without further ado, I'd like to introduce to you Orly Darnayla. Yay! Hi, Orly.
Hello,
Good
salamat.
afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thank you for introduction. Maraming
Yes.
salamat.
You're welcome. Feel na feel ko na talagang pumunta sa place mo ha. Talagang bathing suit attire ako ha.
Oo nga.
With my juice.
Salamat. Thank you for inviting us.
Yeah, so yes, Orly, I've been so enchanted with Baybayin Hub kasi parang we got reconnected around 2020, di ba? During that time you're just starting the Pangasinan Hub, right?
Oo,
and
tama.
now it's really growing very, very fast at a rapid rate talaga, sobra. Ngayon 17 na, sabi mo, wala pang kailan yun, yes, 1 year, exactly 1 year around this time when we started to reconnect, right?
Correct.
And so thank you so much for allowing our students to collaborate with you.
Yeah.
And this time we wanted to kind of focus on who is Baybayin Hub. We'd like to showcase you and Baybayin Hub, not just a safe co-working, co-living space for freelancers, but also having an inclusive and diverse environment, safe workplace. Yeah. So yes, let's go ahead and check. I think you have surprises for us, right, Orly?
Yes. So,
Okay. So
help me.
Mm-hmm.
We're turning 1 year this on October, so we have this anniversary giveaway. Yeah, you could help.
Okay.
Pwede ba akong tulungan, Ro? Yeah, please go.
Yes, of course. So si Baybayin Hub is turning 1 year old this October, right? And because of the success, great success that they had, they decided to give back and have this game or contest. So there's 3 easy steps. First, you need to become a member, and that's for free. Yeah. And then you need to go to their Facebook page, like and subscribe. and then answer a quick survey. After that, you need to share publicly in your Facebook and tag 5 of your friends. So that's that's 3 easy steps that you need to do so that you anniversary contest, the Nomadscape event. Yeah. So this for this event, the winners will be announced around December 30 of 2021. There's a lot of surprises in store for, if I'm not mistaken, that's a total of 10,000 worth of gifts, right? Okay, and on top of that, Sir Orly is also picking, we will have another game later at the end, so you need to stay tuned. Okay, you need to stay tuned to this to the whole program, because we are going to ask 2 questions, very easy questions, and you will have a chance to be part of the Nomadscape event. Okay, so again, that's total of 10,000 worth of gifts and surprises from Baybayin Hub and Orly. Yeah. So without further ado, let's get the ball rolling and start to get to know who is Orly and Baybayin Hub. Okay, so yep. So our first question is, can you give us a brief history of how you started Baybayin Hub, Orly?
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for the sweet introduction, bro. So si Baybayin Hub, we are a tech startup company. We started last year. So just to give you a quick background about what I'm doing and why we ended up sa Baybayin Hub. I own hostel. So na-mention nga ni Ro na parang 2050 way back, magkakilala na kami kasi I have a hostel in Cebu, and I'm working from home since 2005. So yung work anywhere is not really new to me. And during that time, I go around in the Philippines, and I work and manage hostels, hotel resorts, and guest house in Cebu, to be specific. So I went back in Manila. I set up my own. I set up again a hostel, and then as we all know, nung okay na yung hostel namin, malapit sa airport, tapos all of a sudden, ito na, nagkaroon ng pandemic. So during that time, nung pandemic na yan, because mayroon kaming investment na medyo malaki, so I refused to close the business. And since I've known a lot of freelancers and remote workers sa Pilipinas, Manila and Cebu, so while waiting, na hindi namin alam kung anong mangyayari during that time, pandemic, kasi nalulugi na kami, and I don't want to lose our staff. So I thought of, okay, since we are prepared for, everything they need is in our place in Baybayin Hostel, why not? Sabi ko, why don't you stay in my place? Of course, we lowered the price for a long stay, and during that time last year, yung pandemic lockdown, we were surprised. We get a lot of guests, locals, and a few foreigners. And from surviving, we were able to thrive during pandemic. So that's what happened. And then again, during that time, there's no certainty. Everything is what they call this, uncertain times. This is one of the social, economic, and pandemic crisis that nobody's prepared. And after a few months waiting, and I kept on waiting, I was like, oh man, we don't know what to do, because we are relying on the government, open, lockdown, open and open, and we cannot go back and forth. So some of my colleagues in the industry, in the hospitality industry, they called me. I was like, hey, Orly, what did you do in your hostel? Like, because majority of the hospitality industry at that time are closing, and I refused to close. And I told them, from surviving, I'm now thriving. With the 10-30% income, and in spite of the pandemic, and they were surprised. So tinanong nila ako, so what did you do? So I told them, this is what I did. I opened it to remote workers. We have everything here. I pivoted my business because I believe it will stay longer, the pandemic, and I was right. And they asked help from me. Sabi niya, hey, I have a friend in Pangasinan. I think you need to talk to him because lahat naman nag-struggle na, the resorts and hotel. And so little that I know, a few days later, we were driving in Pangasinan, and we converted the resort into a co-working, co-living space. And during the time, I was kind of skeptical. Also, I was like, I'm not sure if the Filipinos are ready into this kind of lifestyle, or in this kind of new environment, working and living at the resort. I was wrong. I thought the Filipinos are not ready, but when we launched it, when we transitioned the traditional resort into a co-working, co-living space, we get a lot of bookings. So the word of mouth, from one resort to another resort owner, they're calling us and like asking for help. And during that time, to travel is very hard because there's a pandemic, and the face-to-face meeting is very hard. So we decided, okay, we cannot visit all of them. So why not, let's automate and create a marketplace, a booking platform for remote workers, digital nomads, and a freelancer who can work anywhere using the technology or internet. And that's the Baybayin Hub gave birth, and last October 23, 2020. And the rest is history. And now this is something new to the Filipinos. That is why I mentioned to everyone, we are investing a lot of market education and customer confidence, because this is new to Filipinos. But as also I shared to them, to the global market, like European and Western countries, hindi na siya bago. Matagal na siya. Hindi lang siya ganun ka-famous. And I believe the digital nomads were used to be a niche market, and now became a well-known lifestyle, or transitioning into this shifting, because COVID or pandemic changed a lot of things. Education, how we work, how we travel, how we commute. So kasama dito yung hospitality industry. And from being the remote workers before, or digital nomads, from being a niche market, became a new emerging market, sa Philippines and global scene. Kaya we were so fortunate, the local and international media recognized our effort, and we would like to believe we are the one who pioneered this in the Philippines, and encouraging Filipinos that it's not that expensive to work and live at the resort. Since we set the standard, and we have the effective and efficient blueprint that we are sharing to our partners, or when we say partner, resort and hotels, of course, they adjusted the rates, and they made some adjustments how to cater to freelancers.
You also mentioned about, I really refuse. You kind of, no, I'm gonna take up this challenge, diba? So parang, pwede naman pwede naman mga, like, you could have chosen Baguio, or yung mga cold places, Tagaytay, mountainous area. But why beaches? How did you decide to, go through this route, or this type of industry?
Yeah. Personally, it's also on my as a practitioner, and I was in a high pressure industry. So I own also an ad agency, and my background way back in my 20s, I was working in an ad agency, and it was great. It was good. I have a good career. We had a good business, but I'm a believer of you need to treat yourself, or you need to invest on yourself in terms of hindi lang work, and I believe closest to nature, or especially at the beach, the benefits of the ocean and the sun, it's something that really I believe on, and I'd like to share this lifestyle to everyone. For example, at the end of the day, kahit anong work mo sa buhay, diba, napatunayan ng pandemic yan. And kahit anong gawin mo sa buhay mo ngayon, marami ka pang pera, sige, trabaho ka ng trabaho, pero kung nasa loob ka lang ng bahay mo, opisina mo, anong gagawin mo sa pera? You know what I mean? So, at first, they found me when I'm starting this, they found me a very, what do you call this thing? Meron tinatawag na parang superstitious ka, di ba? Pero sinasabi namin, no, because as long as there's a connectivity, there's an internet, I can work anywhere. And of course, there's challenges. There's always challenges because Philippines we are not yet known as a very reliable and having a fast internet, especially in remote islands. But we never stop because I believe and we believe. Sinasabi ko sa lahat yan, local and domestic and international friends, it's inevitable Philippines will be the next digital nomad haven in Asia. And the technology and connectivity in our country, it's inevitable. We will gather. Imagine, 2005, I was traveling nationwide in the Philippines. During that time, I was in my early 20s, 23, 24, I'm 43 now. And I have witnessed in remote islands the static dial-up. Now I go, 20 years now, fast forward, we have 5G, we have 4G, and I'm a very optimistic person. So imagine mag-count ka ulit na another 5 years or 10 years. If we could use our imagination, we can be like in Europe and in Singapore, in Thailand, the internet will be better. Kaya this is very timely, and our weather is very beautiful, all around tropical, and of course I love the beach, and I have friends, and we have community who likes also this kind of lifestyle and living in in an island life. But of course, not being a laid back, but on the principle of living simplicity. You know what I mean? I call this a forced discipline. When I'm in Manila, not for anything, I spent a lot. Why? Swipe here, swipe that, swipe there, di ba? Order ka ng food. But if you're in an island, you appreciate simple things.
You cook your own food.
Yes. Oh, at the same time, it's much cheaper. Not for anything, it's much cheaper. And I'm always saying, if we are in the nature or if we live at the island, we improve our quality of life, right? And mental health is issues, and the ocean relax us. You don't need to download the app. It's available, and of course you are in a safe environment compared to a very dense and a very populated or crowded area. And yeah, I chose this kind of lifestyle since 2000. I believe since when I moved to Cebu. No, I work and live in Cebu for almost 10 years. So and I saw the benefits, and trying to compare my life before from a super dense Manila to the remote island. Oh, it's there's a huge difference in terms of improving your life and health, being a healthy living lifestyle. So kaya sobrang I get obsessed. I get it's like, okay, anong gagawin ko para to sustain this? And kaya nagtayo ako ng hostel din na malapit doon. Tapos yun, I move around, and during that time we have ad agency, we have other businesses. So yeah, it's not, hindi naman siya laging rainbows and butterflies and unicorns. There's always a glitches, there's always a challenges, but I'm very optimistic and I'm very pragmatic. And lahat ng pinaghirapan naman namin before, di ba, alam mo yan, Ron, nasa Cebu pa lang, di ba? Pinag-uusapan na namin to, nakikita mo na yung ginagawa namin, but nobody believe on us. Kukunti lang din yung naniniwala sa amin. But it's okay, because as I've mentioned, this kind of lifestyle is not for everyone as well, di ba? Hindi naman lahat din gusto tumira sa beach. Di ba? Hindi naman lahat they want to live in a simple life, no? So it's not for everyone. It's more on intentional living. You get it? So, and I've met a lot of people from middle class, from super rich people, as in all walks of life. Pero pagdating namin sa island, Pantay-pantay lahat. This is the common denominator. That's why we're telling them that this kind of our startup or our business of Baybayin Hub, it's not all about cheap accommodation. It's all about intentional living. It's all about how would you like to learn. It's all about how would you like to improve your life. It's all about how can I learn from this, and how can I, of course, how can I grow my personal and business and career growth, right? While combining, of course, the work and play, explore, and try to integrate the work and life and balance. Let's face it, we have 90,000 hours in our entire life if you're gonna work, every day. And Saturday, Sunday is your break. Or sometimes no, we work on Sunday. So my question to everyone is, if you try to compute the 90,000 hours, if I'm not mistaken, it's almost three-fourth of our lives are working. So sinasabi namin sa kanila, why don't you try this because this is something that we cannot convince everyone, right? And why don't you try and check it for yourself, and you will see the difference. And if we're talking about the benefits and focus on the benefits of working and living at the beach. So yeah, then this obsession of mine and this curiosity of mine led us, our startup team, to now we have 17 locations in the Philippines. And this is a very good example of validation that it can be done, and it's sustainable, and it's beneficial to all of us because mental health issues are real, and pandemic changes so many things in our lives: education, healthcare, business. Oh my God, diba? So yeah, that's why we can see ourselves. I mean, personally, I can see myself 5 years to 20, even if I'm 70 years old, working at the beach. I don't mind, because of the pressure itself is not that pressured compared to dense city or overpopulated city or region. Yeah.
Exactly. So, wow, amazing talaga. I really appreciate all the details that you've mentioned. Now, parang ako, if this is the first time that I'll be listening to this, I'll really be, I will feel na parang, gusto ko na mag-work sa beach. So, how do people join if they want to be a digital nomad? Ayan. Kasi, just to also add, Baybayin Hub was also recognized, is now being recognized by DTI. Tama ba? Department of Tourism. Tama ba? Orly? Parang you had several invitations in Department of Tourism, right? Oh, sabi ko sa'yo, follower ako eh. Ayan. So, tell us, invite yung freelancer community ng Virtualahan. How can we join if you want to be digital nomad? No audio.
Can you hear me? Better?
Yes.
All right.
Better. Yes.
Okay,
Thank you.
sorry. So going back, as I mentioned before or a while ago, that what we're doing is relatively new to everyone, right? So what we're doing every time we visit to one region to another region or island, we are reaching to the mayors, LGU and DOT, Department of Tourism. And when I say we are reaching to them, we are showing or telling them our program that they could potentially explore and see the remote workers or freelancers in the Philippines are growing. And based on my research last time, according to, I forget the research sheet, we have 1.5 million freelancers in the Philippines, and it doubled during pandemic. All right. In fact, I believe it's tripled because the traditional companies pivoted to work from home. So imagine that. And since the hospitality industry or the global industry per se is struggling, and I've seen so many resorts and hotels close down, and it saddened me. So that is why we reached to the DOT and we presented the Baybayin Hub program and project, and they were surprised because they don't have, or they have only a few idea what we are doing, no? So and this gave this led us to acknowledge or start a dialogue from Department of Tourism, you know. So one island at a time. For example, we went to Zambales, we talked to the DOT. We went to Pagudpod or Ilocos Norte. We approached the right people or community who can influence the DOT or the LGU to what we are doing. And now we are going to Palawan. We are working with them. So yeah, this kind, and La Union also. So this kind of networking and building a community for remote workers, freelancer in the Philippines, engaging the government. Because imagine, right? If the government always announced that they have a lockdown, and one of the what do you call this, parang requirement ng, di ba, pag lockdown, tourists are not allowed to travel, correct? So we're telling them we are not a tourist as a remote worker. We are technically local migration from one island to another island, because we are going to have a long stay or a contract of lease with the resort, because we're going to work and live there. And imagine the ecosystem of the business. So we are telling to DOT, freelancers, remote workers, digital nomads, potentially can help the struggling Philippine hospitality or the Philippine or the tourism, right? Because as we all know, as in a business or as on an ecosystem of enterprise or entrepreneurs or business owners, this is the moment the whole country depended with the local or domestic consumers. And when I say domestic, especially in tourism, walang choice. Kailangan tayo mga Filipino, no? All Filipinos need to support each other, help each other, because the money is walang lumalabas. Dapat sa atin lang. So when we presented this to DOT, so we are so happy and proud that something to think about, right? Something to check this out, right? As I mentioned before to them, don't you know that we could potentially, you could potentially approach or entertain the digital nomad visa, whereas they're not a tourist, it's like a working visa, pero special case yun. And again, sinasabi ko sa kanila, sa DOT and to the influence, who can influence them or LGUs, sinasabi namin, imagine the taxes and the economy that they could bring to us, right? And I would always say that these are the quality, if we're talking about the tourists, but because technically we are the digital nomads are in between of tourists and business, you get it? So yeah, that's what happened to the DOT engagement. So going back naman, so how do we people for Filipinos to become a digital nomads or the Virtualahan community or your family? All they need to do is, of course, yeah, they need to sign up. You know, it's a free membership, and they can join our online and offline event. So they could be engaged more and to have a deeper knowledge about what is being a digital nomads, right? Kasi yung nakikita natin, di ba, pag digital nomads, di ba, laptop at the beach or having. So, but again, it's I'm a believer digital nomads, remote workers, or work anywhere have a very strong discipline in ourselves, because it's not that easy, di ba? Mas madaling mag-work sa office. So kaya ako personally, I admire the remote workers, you know, because they are working at their own pace while delivering results. Meaning to say, it's a trust position. If you have an employer, you have a business partner, if you're working with someone who allows you to become to work anywhere or to become a nomadic, kailangan mataas yung discipline mo. Kailangan mataas yung ano mo rin, yung self motivation mo, and because di ba, hindi ganun kadali. Akala nila nakikita lang nila yung mga picture natin, but again, they will never, you know, yung mga challenges along the way. Minsan pag nawalang internet, magdadrive ako, maghanap ako ng ibang hotel. So yung mga people who would like to join us, all right, that's why we have a group, by the way. So we have a digital nomads and entrepreneur beach club close group. Yeah, you feel free to join us, and from time to time we share informations, or we organize free online webinar as well, how to transition or how to go if you have interest on embracing this kind of lifestyle, which is work anywhere or becoming a digital nomad.
So Orly, if I go to your place, I was wondering, what are the things that I need to secure? Like permit-wise, since there's a lot of restriction these days. Like, what do I need to prepare? Do I need to be vaccinated? You know, that's a very sensitive question, right? But do I need to be vaccinated, and how can I? What are the services that you offer that can make me safe if I'm a digital nomad?
Yes, very good question. So, as I mentioned, Baybayin Hub is created by Nomad for digital nomads, and we understand the remote workers, freelancers, like nobody else. So we are a booking engine, we are a marketplace, right? Remember. So, meaning to say, imagine yung resorts or hotels, we pivoted to a co-living space. Meaning to say, you're gonna work there, live there for 15 to 30 days. And but if you are going to, of course, to book with us or to go to our platform, we are helping you to tell you what to do, or to this etong mga requirements na to, para maiwasan mo na yung mga the usual problems na madalas na encounter, kasi ang mindset pa rin ng mga tao is maging turista. Pag pumunta sila doon, talagang sorry for the lack of term, meron pa ding mga guests na sobrang ang mindset nila is asikasuhin sila ng bonggang-bongga, na todo-todo ng mga resort owner or ng management. Which is, ito naman yung sinasabi namin, tinuturuan namin, or we're grabbing this opportunity to educate the Filipino people na, hey, you need to be a sustainable guest in that resort, right? Because you are going to live there and work there, and it's gonna be your second home. So the full service of a resort or hotel, may mga changes kaming ginawa, you know, because it's a long stay. And second, the requirements, again, we strongly suggest, or telling everyone, since may confusion talaga with different LGUs by the way, every LGU have a different requirements. Some of them requiring RT-PCR swab test, some of them are okay naman sa antigen, right? And of course, by now we are updated. But because of this uncertainty times, sinasabi namin, check nyo pa din from time to time, kasi we cannot control that. Okay? So, in our case, if you of course, if you're gonna book with us, or if you're gonna patronize the Baybayin Hub, what we're sharing or telling them is, ito yung mga changes na ngayon. You know, kasi nga, bago lang yan eh, no? So, of course, ako personally, encourage ko lahat, mag-vaccine kayo, wala namang mawawala. And I don't believe it's conspiracy theory. It's you know, just COVID is serious. COVID is a serious matter. And not for anything, nagka-COVID, false alarm din ako, but I take care of myself, you know. So yeah, it's just a matter of, you know, we treat this as a flu. And I'm telling to everyone, even the resort owners, sinasabi ko sa kanila, it will stay longer. And I don't want to comment with our government because it's a different story. But my point is, it's gonna stay longer if our government hindi ma-vaccine lahat ng tao sa Pilipinas. Okay, I have friends in other countries. Back to normal na sila. I have family in Canada. Back to normal na sila. So, hindi na ako magko-comment because I don't want to be politically, you know, that's not our topic. So my point is, magpa-vaccine kayo. Wala namang mawawala. Libre naman yan. Di ba? And again, try to research, update nyo yung LGU nyo na requirements nyo per island, per region. Kasi kami talaga, hindi namin din kahit sino yan, not only Baybayin Hub.
So question, Orly,
Yeah,
question. If, for example, I'd like to go to a certain place, are you able to give me an updated parang requirement for that particular city.
Yes.
So, Baybayin can help me with that.
Yes.
Like ano yung requirements?
Yes. So normally, ayun nga, as I've mentioned, we cannot disobey. No, we don't need to disobey, or kailangan natin sundan pa din ng gobyerno. Hindi namin kontrolado 'yon. Kahit sinong ngayon, global industry, kahit sinong hotel resort ngayon, hindi sila pwede mag-decide kasi sasara sila. So ang ginagawa namin, of course, we compiled everything. But again, what set us unique or different from other booking or companies, sinasabi namin yung rights nila. For example, ikaw, Ro, kung gusto mo talagang tumira ng Siargao, pag sinabi siya Siargao, kunyari nag-lockdown or whatever, sinabi nila, oh, hindi ka pwede pumunta doon kasi bawal ang tourist. Pero nga, challenge namin yung government, hindi nga ako magtuturista, di ba? I'm going to Siargao because I want to change my environment. And I have a place, I have a place there, titira ako ng 2 to 3 months. So, considered ba akong tourist? Hindi. So, yun yung ine-educate namin, sinishare namin sa Filipino. Technically, local migration tayo. Technically, pwede kang temporary residency. Legally, right? So now, sinasabi namin, share namin sa kanila, check nyo yung Telecommuting Act. It's 11160, RA 11165. Know your rights as a freelancer. Because you can use that. So, the government can only revoke our rights to travel kung di tayo susunod. Meaning to say, pag hindi ka naka-vaccine, hindi ka nag-RT-PCR, pasaway ka na, di ba, sinabi na nga bawal ang tourist, pumunta ka pa rin ng 1 night or 2 nights. And they can revoke that. So my point is, alamin niyo yung karapatan niyo bilang remote worker or freelancers, right? And again, sa government, this is something new to them. And I'm very open and candid and glad to share it them na tignan nyo. Kasi hindi nila alam, di ba, medyo matatanda na yun nandyan eh. Sorry for the lack of term. Matatanda na yan. Iba na. We need to adapt, right? We need to adapt. We need to see the change. And kaya ako openly, sinasabi ko sa lahat ng interview for local international media, this is relatively new. Kaya kailangan tignan nila. So, of course, as a business, as a startup, we do 3 things. We need to do it legally, ethical, and moral. Alright? Kasi pwede rin kami i-shadow ng government kung mali kami ginagawa. So, yun yung pinaka nagsiset sa amin ng difference sa lahat, kahit sinong hotel, resort, or booking. Because kailangan natin alamin yung rights natin. Alright? And kailangan din natin maging disiplinado. In fact, maraming sa amin gusto magpalusot ng booking, pero we don't, kahit na kami naman, kahit na mahirap ang buhay ngayon, we don't want to accept that. Kasi sayang yung mga next... important. Kaya yung customer acquisition namin 2 to 3 days pag mga 1 month stay. Kasi pagpasaway yan sa resort, magiging worse pa eh. Nagets mo? Bahay mo na yan eh. Magiging bahay mo na yan eh. Di ba? So dapat talaga marunong ka rin makisama, open-minded ka, hindi ka pasaway. Di ba? Tsaka wag natin samantalahin din as a user or as a guest, wag naman natin samantalahin yung mga sobrang babang rates tas inaabuso mo pa yung resort. So this is the best time we need to be compassionate to each other. This is the best time we need to help and support each other, not to be abusive. Not to be abusive, right? And we are so lucky yung mga members naman namin tsaka guests, nakikinig naman sila. Swerte. So kaya sabi namin sa team, okay, we were given an opportunity to share what we are experiencing with our travel and work and travel. So i-share natin, di ba? Kasi alam mo naman rin, hindi naman, di ba, marami naman nagulat din sa work from home. Ikaw, di ba? Maraming nagulat bago rin sa kanila to. So hindi nila alam kung, mahal ba dyan? Paano kami kumain? Paano kami magluto? Di ba? Hindi nila alam yun. And hindi rin alam yun ng mga resort kung paano i-entertain. And again, as I've mentioned, we've pivoted the business. We are influencing the resorts and hotels. And this is a very good example of validation. Kaya nga meron kami 17 locations, diba? But it's getting there. Hindi pa rin ganun ka full blast, but it's a good start. We are very optimistic and we are pragmatic as well kung ano lang din yung tama, no? Kaya these are the things that we are changing or shifting from to everyone, to resort owner, to guests. So it's a journey. It's a journey.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate having this type of conversation with you, discussing not just the things that they need to have, but also the benefits. What is the edge of Baybayin Hub to other resorts, right? Kasi it's not just a resort, but it's really a community. Now that we have mentioned about community, I'd like to know, what is Nomadscape? I mean, I've been seeing that in your Facebook page. And yeah, please tell me, what is Nomadscape?
Okay, yeah. Baybayin Nomadscape is one of our program to educate our members and community to co-work and co-live with in 7 days and 6 nights. So meaning to say, we are encouraging you, for example, if you're new to this kind of what do you call it, community or lifestyle, we encourage them to work and live with us at the resort for 7 days and 6 nights. And we have, and it's all about personal, business, and career growth. Because imagine this, right? Invited speakers, thought leaders, right? And of course, other delegates to work and live at the resort. And our intention is to grow as a person, to grow as a business person, to grow our career as a remote worker or digital nomad. So, nangyayari doon, we have scheduled sessions, like seminar, on conference time. Meron kami mga invited leaders doon or speaker. Tuturuan kayo, magtuturuan sa me at your service. I'm one of them. I present some digital skills or digital literacy to our members and delegates. And may mga speakers din na nagtuturo. Okay, it's all about talagang help teaching each other also. Sabi ko nga kanina, right? It's not all about cheap accommodation. It's all about intentional living. So pag pumunta ka dun sa Nomadscape, Baybayin Nomadscape, ano bang gusto mong matutunan? Diba? Aside from, of course, we want to travel as a group. Siyempre, isa nga sa mga gusto natin yan. No? So yan, you need to ask yourself. So meron kaming program dyan. At to summarize it, it's all about career growth, personal growth, or business growth. Because like-minded professionals yung mga yan. Sinasabi namin, you need to be ambitious to join us. And I encourage everyone to be ambitious. And it's hindi yun masama. Kailangan natin maging ambisyoso sa tamang paraan. You get it? And of course, we don't need to be an arrogant or what. But again, I believe in if you're surrounded by like-minded professionals or people, chances are that your perspective about life and business mag-iba. Because I'm a sucker of learner. I prefer to hang out with people who are ambitious, people who are optimistic, people who are smarter than smart people. And that's why I go around in other countries and I invested on myself kasi marami ako natutunan sa kanila. And gusto ko yun i-share. We want to share it to the Filipino people. Like, di ba? Ano kayo, tanggalin nyo na yung mga toxic sa buhay nyo. Ako, sinasabi ko, pag hindi sync, get out. But it's not saying masama yun. Ako sinatanong, no, it's not bad. It's just, even my family and friends. I love them, don't get me wrong, but we're not sync anymore because I grew differently. And they grew, we have our different lives, but it doesn't mean we hate each other. Magkaiba yun. Ang sinasabi ko lang, intentional. Be intentional. Gusto mo ba yung work mo? Gusto mo ba yung buhay mo? Gusto mo ba yung mga center friends mo? Di ba? And hindi ko sinasabing hindi mo sila gusto, pero gusto mo ba for the rest of 70 years old, same pa rin pinag-uusapan nyo? Di ba? Wala man lang challenge or hindi ka man lang ambitious. And hindi naman din lahat ambitious. Hindi rin masama yan. So this is a very good example. Imagine if our all mindset are the same who wanted to improve our lives or to be better in some point of our life. I think that's gorgeous. And you have thought leaders or you have speakers who have done it successfully at tuturuan pa tayo. And at the same time, we encourage the participants and the delegates, mag-share din sila ng skills nila. Kunyari, sa Virtualahan, punta kayo doon, magturo kayo, meron tayong PWD or mga inclusion program. We are giving a floor 1 hour also with our fellow delegates. Nagtuturo rin sila. See, walang bayad yun. So this is a very good example. There's no such thing as, to my make it short, we believe in human potential. You know, you believe in human potential, but all you need to do is to have an open-minded or open mind or that mindset to grow. And that's the whole purpose of Nomadscape, right? So, and we did it successfully. And di ba, nakikita mo na yan sa Cebu, ginagawa na namin eh. So, binago lang namin yung name kasi, syempre, nag-pandemic, no? Pero, you have seen this, sabi mo nga, 2015, nagkakikita na tayo. Nakikita mo na kami sa beach, may mga seminar kami. Pero di ba? Ang difference lang naman is tayo naka-shorts, di ba? Hindi masyadong pretentious.
Laid back.
Diba? So laid back, pero it's meaningful, di ba? It's still the whole idea is, you know, we don't need to judge, we don't need to be fancy, but the whole idea is you have this, and it's you don't need a dress code if you have a mindset na to grow and to learn, right? You don't need a dress. Yeah, we're sharing this to everyone who have the same or interest or to explore this kind of, di ba? Hindi na, kumbaga, tapos na yung kailangan pong mag-attend ng seminar sa hotel, naka-wet and, di ba? So kami, kaya nga sinasabi namin, conference type din yung Nomadscape. No? And ang pinakamaganda pa nun, imaginein mo, 7 days, 6 nights, kasama mo pa yung speaker. Oh, di kung ikaw, samantalahin mo na sa delegate, tanungin mo na katanungin, paano kayo maman? Paano ka naging manager? Paano ka naging, di ba? Sinasabi ko sa kanila, tanungin mo na yan. So, meron akong case study. Sorry, I need Kay San Pablo from Canva. I will mention. She's very supportive to us. In-invite namin siya. And she co-work and co-live with us. She's the former country manager ng Canva Philippines. Right? And sobrang pasalamat kami kay Kay. Kasi bakit? Grabe, normally kung babayaran siya noon, coach niya yung mga tao doon, it will cost them how much? 50,000? Since kasama namin siya ng 7 days, 6 nights. So the other delegates, tinatanong na siya. And Kay San Pablo is very, very generous woman. Oh my God, thank you, Kay. Tinuruan niya lahat. Kahit ako natuto ko sa kanya. So that's a very good example because these kind of people are willing to teach. But of course, ako, based on my experience, magtuturo lang yan sa mga taong willing lang din makinig or willing matuto. So, yun yung very good example doon. And one of the speaker, thank you so much, si Sam Kapunan. She's also a woman, no? She's a tech startup founder. Meron siyang successful business. Meron siya, same. People ask question, having a cocktail with them, dinner, and then randomly, walang script or walang whatever, tinatanong sila. Diba? Ako nga sabi ko, tanongin mo kung paano yumaman. Straight. Paano ka yumaman? Paano ka naging manager? Paano ka naka-travel around the world? Ayun yung sinasabi ko sa delegates. Huwag kayo mahihiya. Never underestimate the power of asking because that's Baybayin Nomadscape all about.
So basically, the type of community that you're trying to foster is very open, and they're very they are kind of they have this mindset, good mindset to co-live with people, share their best practices, and most importantly is really take care of their own well-being. So these are the types of people that you normally have in the community. I was just wondering, no, if ako, we've come to the last question, and pasingit lang, if I have a mobility condition, what is the best place that you can suggest out of the 17? If I have a mobility condition, what is the best place out of the 17 locations that you have that you can recommend?
So, okay. We have Pangasinan Hub. It's very, they're very particular on inclusion, mobility challenges. And Pagudpod also. Pagudpod, Boracay, and Palawan. I think madami naman. And we have also, so in our list, Boracay, Palawan, Pagudpod, and Pangasinan. So I would say La Union also. La Union.
Okay. That's nice. So ayan, kasi that's usually one question that arises dun sa community namin. Is that parang wheelchair friendly? So I'm glad that you have these locations that are wheelchair friendly.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Yes. So Orly, Sir Orly, please tell us, do you have anything that you want to promote?
So yeah,
For Baybayin Hub?
so it's first, we're turning one on October 23. So it's our anniversary. Second, we would like to invite everyone to join us in our Baybayin Hub second Nomadscape, located at Bolinao, Pangasinan, and this will be on October 25 to November 1, 2021. All right. So, and of course, please follow us on our social media. You can see us on Facebook, Baybayin Hub. We have TikTok, Baybayin Hub Official. So yeah, and of course, subscribe on our channel sa YouTube namin. And yeah, you can be a member. It's for free. Just go to our website, baybayinhub.com. You can sign up for free. And we have great deals from time to time. We don't post it in social media. We don't post it in website, but we normally share and post it in social media for the great deals. No, we have like 90%, 80% discount. Imagine for workation, meaning to say sa mga remote workers talaga na gustong tumira ng isang buwan diyan sa iba't ibang part ng Philippines. So yeah, thank you for asking me.
Salamat. Maraming salamat, or no. Kami dapat mag-thank you sa iyo first because you have trusted our students to be your apprentice, and I hope na we could grow our we're on the first batch, no? Sana may batch 1, 2, 3 and 4 pa. Hopefully. Ayan. So thank you so much, Orly, for empowering not just the ecotourism, but also the minds and the hearts of our community.
Thank you also.
So, so meron tayong surprise, di ba? We announced a surprise. So, yung closing remarks and announcement namin, we will be asking questions. Okay, so the first question is, when is the second nomad escape and what is the location? So 2 questions, okay? First question, when, not what. When is the second nomad escape? And second, what is the location? So yan, 2 questions lang ang kailangan namin. Type, comment down below. And we will pick at the end of this, before end of the business day of today, we are going to announce. You will receive a text message or an email from our employment support team. Okay, so again, what you need to do is,
Ako na. So what you need to do is when you post your answer, of course, you know, to be included in that what do you call this, prices, kailangan yung gawin to. Kailangan mo mag-member syempre doon sa website namin, punta ka baybayin.com, become a member for free. Answer mo lang yung quick survey, tapos share publicly sa timeline mo sa Facebook mo, tag of your friends. Kasama of course yung ano doon. Para pag napili ka, pag kailangan mo magawa to, pag hindi mo nagawa tong 3 step na to, napili ka, you cannot claim your prize. So, and as I mentioned, the prices, I will just recap. No, the prices is, it's a 10,000 worth of prices. You can join us on our Nomadscape. It's a registration fee. We have they will share you the event page. So what are the inclusions of 10,000 prices? All right, and of course we would like to thank Virtualahan kasi you know, we have a program. We're working with them. Thanks so much, and we're so happy with your with the interns, or we called it what do you call this, apprentice.
Yes.
So they're very nice and very willing to learn, and we are looking forward magkaroon pang more na apprentice. So yeah, please answer your question kasi sila sila Virtualahan and me, we're gonna choose 3 winners, by the way, 3 winners, mamimili.
Winners.
During the, i-post nyo na yung, sagutin nyo na dun sa mag-comment na kayo.
Yes,
Oo.
comment down below. Now na, pipili kami
Oo.
niyan.
Yes. Salamat,
Okay.
salamat. Okay.
Thank you, Sir Orly. We've come to the end of our session. Again, please follow baybayinhub.com, facebook.com, Baybayin Hub, Instagram. They also have YouTube. So they have a lot of mga seminars na they offer in parang on-site and even webinars. They offer those things. Not just that, sobrang saya. Makikita mo yung community nila. So, nag-games pa sila. Nakakatuwa talaga. Ako nga parang na-inspire ako. I miss my travels in Palawan, Siquijor, Cebu, Dumaguete. Hi! I hope someday, next year, pwedeng-pwede na talaga.
Yeah, thank you.
So, Orly, thank you so much for giving our community a chance to introduce you and be part of Baybayin Hub. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I can hide, but I can't change it. Struggle is real, but how can I be me when society treats me differently? I wore different masks, hiding the pain away, in search of belonging. I was lost,
And then I found a community surrounds me with love and belonging. And then I found reality transformed, a start of new beginning.
because I belong.
Oh, I belong.
Yes, I belong. We belong because I belong.
Oh, I belong.
Yes, I belong. We belong.
You made me see my worth and helped me love myself.
You were my answered prayer when everything else failed.
Now it's time for me to shine and pay it forward.
So that no one, will be left behind.
And then I found a community surrounds me with love and belonging.
And then I felt reality transformed, a start of new beginning. Yes, I belong. Oh, I belong. Yes, I belong. We belong. Yes, I belong. Oh, I belong. Yes, I belong. We belong.
This is enough. Root cause of this problem is outdated labor system. Employment discrimination, remove social protections.
Story of our lives, of being left behind. Let's rewrite the story and I want you to join me. Breaking down barriers, breaking out on my fear.
Changing system, changing lives, giving hope, painting smart.
We can shine, we can fly.
We are Team Virtualahan.
We are strong, we are one.
Cause we're Team Virtualahan.